Jinnah is the character who challenged me the most during this, but because I think that the Jinnah I emerged with at the end of the book was one who was so fundamentally different from the image of him I had going in. I mean, growing up in Delhi, I imagined him as this kind of, Muslim separatist almost, who wanted a separate two-nation theory. And the fact that in the 1930s he is the biggest proponent of Hindu-Muslim unity. Sarojini Naidu, who India continues to, revere as one of the great Indian nationalists and probably the most important female Indian nationalist of the 20th century, who again tragically hasn't had a biography in years and really needs to. She's the most important female nationalist in the nationalist movement. She writes of him as the most important ambassador of Hindu-Muslim unity. And he begins to change only after basically Congress moves increasingly towards Hindu nationalism under Gandhi. And he is after protecting the rights of Muslims originally. And his transformation in the subsequent 2 decades is one of the most fascinatingly complex. He changes as a man fundamentally. There has been a lot of discussion on whether he actually wanted Pakistan as a separate nation or whether he saw it as a bargaining chip. I think it's more complicated than that because I think that no one had any idea what Pakistan would be. I think that the image that he probably had originally may have been more to do with, for example, how England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland are all represented as nations within a wider UK. Now, when Britain sends out the cabinet mission to offer a plan for independence, and it offers a federal India along those lines, a North India, South India, West Pakistan, East Pakistan, and Deccan, all being united in a federal structure, he says yes. And yet it's Gandhi and Jinnah who pull away. And then it's after that he begins pushing for an independent nation state entirely. I think that by the end, he definitely saw Muslims as a separate nation. The question is whether they needed whether he imagined the nation of Pakistan requiring a separate nation state or being part of a greater federal union. That's what I think. I don't think that he was ever willing to give up the idea of Pakistan entirely, but I think that he may have imagined it like Scotland is to England, united in a greater federal structure.